Welcome to another edition of Green is Good. It's a special edition of Green is Good in San Francisco at the Green Festivals, and we've got a very wonderful guest with us today, Monica Klausner. She's the co-founder of Veestro, and this is a very special topic to me, Monica, and I welcome you to Green is Good today.
Thank you, Don.
You know, I'm a vegan, and Monica's company, Veestro Foods, makes vegan food, so we're going to have a fun discussion. But before we get talking about your great brand, Veestro, I want you to share a little bit of the Monica Klausner journey. How did you get here, owning Veestro, founding Veestro with this, with your great product line here? What was the journey like? Did you grow up in a green household? Was it something that happened in school? What happened here? And tell us the journey.
I'll tell you, it's sort of an interesting story. My brother and I, we were born and raised in Costa Rica.
Okay.
So we grew up in a house eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, and all the meals were made from scratch, and we really enjoyed the family experience of enjoying fresh meals. Then we moved away to college, and all things changed. So we were really struggling with eating healthy, and we were having a conversation one day where we were both complaining about how hard it is to eat healthy when you're busy and you got work and kids and all that. And we sort of thought, you know what, there's got to be a good way to do this. So we went to the frozen food aisle and looked at all the frozen packaged products, and we were really disappointed. There's a lot of sodium and preservatives and so many things we couldn't pronounce. So we made it a mission to just do it ourselves and do it better.
Wow. And when was this? When did you start Veestro Foods with your brother, Mark?
We started it in October of 2012.
Wow.
And we worked very hard to get the logistics all squared away. And in May of 2013, we started selling to the public.
And you started selling online and retail, or where did you start selling?
We only sell online.
Got it.
It's our product is sort of specific because our meals are made and shipped straight to your home anywhere within the U.S.
That is great. And for our listeners out there and our viewers, Monica's company and her brother's company, Mark, it's www.veestro, Veestro.com. Veestro, Veestro.com. So you launched it in May 2013.
Yeah.
You ship anywhere in the U.S., continental
Correct.
U.S. Explain the product line that you launched with and what kind of products you have today.
Okay, so we wanted to be able to prove the concept. So we launched with about 15 meals that you could eat for breakfast or for lunch or for dinner. We had a couple of appetizers, and we started reaching out to the vegan bloggers. We wanted to know if people who are really immersed in this world would go for it, would think it was a good idea. So the response we got from them was phenomenal. They loved the food, and they loved the concept of making it just so simple to be able to get delicious food.
And it's all plant-based?
All 100% plant-based, organic, non-GMO ingredients, and everything is made fresh and packaged and shipped in dry ice, so everything arrives frozen. And the idea is that you will put a lot of our Veestro meals in your freezer, so when you get home and you're tired or you just didn't get a chance to go to the market, you have healthy, organic meals ready to be popped in the oven.
And they choose from a menu of choices,
Yes.
and that's how they order. They just click and basically fill up their shopping cart and order online with their credit card.
Yeah, right now we have over 40 meals on our menu, and you can order in 3 different ways. You can order a la carte, so you just pick and choose whatever you want. You can order one of the preset packs, so a high protein pack or a low calorie pack, or you can be part of our subscription service where we send you food every 2 weeks, either for 3 days a week, 5 days a week, or 7 days a week.
You know, Monica, the whole key to, as you know, as being a vegan, and as I know being a vegan, is good taste. Not trading taste for quality or for our desire to eat plant-based food. I see you've brought a couple samples with you today.
I'm
So
very
I think
excited.
the moment of truth is arriving quickly here.
Here's the moment of truth. So
What
this
is
is a
that?
red curry.
A red curry.
So it's not very spicy, and I apologize, it might not be very hot.
Don't worry about it.
It's brown rice with veggies and tofu in a red curry sauce.
That's delicious. Oh my gosh. So, now is this one of your better sellers, or
That is definitely one of our better sellers, but I have to tell you, John, we have 40 meals on our menu, but we have about 25 of them that are our best sellers. So our meals are really all delicious.
Hard to choose.
Yes.
Right. Oh, what's the best? What's this here?
This is an eggplant casserole,
Wow.
all plant-based. Everything that we make is plant-based, and our chef is really, really good about keeping the ingredient list short. So he makes the food as clean as possible. You know, you mentioned something that I think is really important. There's no reason to give up taste.
That's right.
And
no giving up taste here.
good. We wanted to make sure that we could make it really easy for people
Amazing.
to eat vegan
Amazing
and
food.
enjoy it.
Amazing. That's delicious. So there's 40 options online.
Yes.
How has it been going? You're now in business almost 18 months.
Yep.
Explain the journey as an entrepreneur, a family business with your brother Mark,
Yep.
and how the growth has been and how you're getting the word out there.
So it's been a fascinating journey. We have learned so much along the way. You know, some missteps, like everybody.
Like every other
like
new
every
business.
other new business.
I'm going to have more of this food. It's just so darn good. Keep going.
But we recently brought on a CEO because we are really doing amazing. We have grown so much. We grow on average, 25% month over month.
Holy
Our
Toledo.
subscriptions are really taking off, so that means it tells us that people are really looking for a way to eat healthy without really having to think about it.
Explain that. What do you mean by subscriptions?
So the subscription works like this. Let's say, so we have 3 choices, 3 days a week, 5 days a week, or 7 days a week. We send you 3 meals and a snack for every day. So if you are on the 5 days a week, you will get basically 15 meals per week plus snacks. We ship you 2 weeks at a time. And we send you a list of what's for breakfast, what's for lunch, what's for dinner. So you really don't have to think about it at all. You just pull out your breakfast, lunch, and dinner for that day. You pop it in the oven. You eat it.
Wow.
So you don't have to think about it.
And how about if I just want to go online and just not subscribe, but just order
Yep.
a bunch of stuff? I can do that too.
Absolutely.
And so where do you market? How did you get the word out?
So we started with the vegan bloggers, and they were incredible.
And
to
beyond
us.
that, how'd you go beyond that?
Beyond that, we do some Facebook.
Oh.
And Facebook has actually worked out really nicely for us. And we just recently hired a digital marketing agency that's going to really help us sort of take it to the next level. We've done it all sort of grassroots on our own, and it has been incredible. There really is a big need for conveniently delivered food that is good.
Talk a little bit about the benefits to both people and the environment to plant-based eating.
Well, the benefits to the environment are really sort of, amazing. So for one, you're not eating any animal products, any animal byproducts.
This food is just so good.
Good. We really wanted to make an impact in the world and just make our footprint just less. And so by eating green, you're really contributing to everything that is good, not just for yourself, but for the environment. In terms of health, a plant-based diet is really the best way to eat. People are always asking me, well, how do you get your protein? Which if I had $1 for every time they ask me that, honestly, right? And there's so much protein in the greens and the vegetables and the way that we mix things. It really is just a no-brainer.
And when you stop eating meat, you're even contributing to the lessening of the whole climate problem,
correct.
right? All the different
the ozone
outputs
problems.
that come out of the cows and all the meat that's produced in this world. It's just better going plant-based.
I have to tell you, when we drove up from Los Angeles,
Yeah.
we drove by the cow farms, and
Yeah.
my heart was broken. It's just terrible. First of all, the stench is horrifying, horrifying. But your heart is broken, so we wanted to do something that's just so good. You don't have to be a vegan to eat our food. We marketed a little bit mainstream because we want everybody to be able to enjoy delicious, healthy meals, do something good for themselves and good for the environment without feeling pressured.
Monica, what happens if the food comes, but I have to go on a trip or something like that? It's in the freezer. How long does the food last in the freezer?
It'll last 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
In the freezer. And
That's a long time.
No preservatives.
That's a long time, though.
It is a long time.
So they really, if you overorder or you have to go out of town for some reason, or you end up going out to eat, they still,
Correct.
There's a lot of life left in the foods because it's fresh food.
Absolutely.
Talk a little bit, we're coming to the end of today's segment. Monica, to share a little bit about yours and Mark's dream here. How far do you want to go with this and how big can it go?
Well, we want to go very far, and we believe that there is a big market. It's amazing how mainstream media is just sort of catching up to being vegan and plant-based eating and the benefits of it. So our goal in the next year, literally, is to move to a bigger facility where we can really service a huge amount of people. We're in the middle of a big fundraise right now because we're busting at the seams. We just can't.
How are
make
you
food
raising the
fast
money?
enough. We're doing a friends and family round. We're raising $500,000 if you're interested.
$500,000, and how much of the company, are you allowed to say how much of the company you're selling?
We are selling the shares at 49 cents a share.
Got it, okay.
So that gives you sort of an idea.
Yeah, got it.
And we want to make this big. We want Veestro to be a household brand name that people recognize and think of healthy choices and eating smart when they think of it.
That is just so wonderful. So family business can potentially go global.
Yes.
Wow. Well, for our listeners and viewers out there, if you want to buy Monica and Mark's great food, it's www.veestro, Veestro.com, Veestro.com. Monica Klausner, thank you for making our health and the world a better place. You are truly living proof that green is good.
Thank you so much for having me, John.
Thank
it's
you.
a pleasure.
Thank you.